What's up, everybody? So for today's video, we're gonna be checking out Loki's episode 5-6 trailer. Every scene left in season 2. Y'all don't know this channel, New Rock Stars. Basically, they explain different comic book movies, and not even that, they all sorts of movies and shit. So without further ado, let's check this shit out. Ready, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Eric Voss, and Loki Season 2 is now in the end game, with all of time, space, and reality apparently obliterated by the failure of the Loom following the spaghettification of Victor Timely, or as Twitter is now hilariously calling him, he who lomains. Well done, Twitter. That was a good one. But this can't be the end, right? Head writer Eric Martin is promising that episodes 5 and 6 are the best of this series, and we have definitely seen trailer shots of moments that we have yet to see in Season 2 of Loki. Also, we just got a new mid-season trailer with several new shots and clips from episodes 5 and 6. Gotta break that down. So in this video, I'm gonna break down all of these remaining bits of footage to jigsaw them together into what's in store for the final chapters of this season. And I have realized that we are finally gonna see all of these variants' origins, including OB's origin as the TVA's true founder. I believe I found the evidence. And since OB seems to be the key to everything, join us in celebrating this apocalyptic moment by grabbing one of these OB-inspired "We're All Gonna Die" shirts from nerdriot.shop. So upon Victor Timely turning into angel hair, the temporal loom has exploded, sending a wall of fiery temporal radiation to consume the TVA, apparently spelling out the doom for all of known realities. But as I explained in Saturday's video, this might actually be a good thing, like the bursting of a dam releasing floodwaters. Destructive, yes, but restoring nature to its natural state of chaotic entropy, and that reality is meant to be a messy multiverse, and that's okay. But we know from trailer footage that Loki will try to get out of this. The likeliest path is time slipping, because Loki is definitely not finished time slipping on this season. Trailer footage shows some time slipping in several more instances, back through moments and locations of the first 4 episodes of season 2, in other parts of the TVA, into a chronomonitor bay to see another version of Loki flipping through the TVA handbook, in and out of time theater number 5, some other location with these metal pipes, the Broxton, Oklahoma McDonald's parking lot, and to the parking lot of a Piranha Power Sports, where we will see Mobius' origin as a jet ski salesman. More on that in a bit. There will be other key moments that Loki will revisit via time slipping. I'll get to those, but his target will be right before the temporal meltdown. Trailer footage shows Loki back in the Loom observation deck, saying things that he didn't say when he was there in episode 4, like asking OB this.
What could we have done differently?
And in other promo shots, we hear him saying the word again.
Again.
As if we are going to see them try something new to prevent this meltdown again. We also see this full team-up shot of Loki speaking into a microphone in this room.
All right.
We did not see this before, making me think that we're gonna see it in one of these upcoming episodes. I mean, look, having analyzed trailer editing and marketing tactics for several years now, I can tell you this might be a shot filmed solely for the trailers, and we might not see it in the show, but I really think in this moment right here, when Loki has a microphone, he may be directing another version of Loki who has time slipped back to right before the meltdown, and that Loki decided to walk out into the core himself, because other trailer shots show Loki trudging out onto that gangway alone, no protective gear. Now, since the magical barriers of the TVA were dropped with the reboot of Miss Minutes, he may be using some kind of magical charm to protect himself, but we don't know. Actually, the new mid-season trailer shows us Loki talking to someone using this microphone, but it's kind of hard to tell who is under that helmet. Looks like it's probably Victor Timely, but just failing over and over again.
Here we go. Listen to me carefully. Hit the green button. It can be a little sticky.
Now, by the way, many of you have been asking, since the magical barriers of the TVA were dropped, does that mean the Infinity Stone paperweights in that drawer are now usable? No, I don't think so. Because it wasn't the anti-magic spell that kept those from being usable, it was the fact that they were removed from their home realities, and Infinity Stones are only supposed to work in their home universes. At least that's the way I look at it. The new mid-season trailer includes this new line from Loki from a moment that seems like it was from episode 4, but we didn't actually see this line in that episode.
Loki, how much do you know?
Let's assume I don't know much, but I'm a fast learner, and I'm a god.
Well, let's start at the beginning.
So it seems like Loki will time slip back to that episode 4 moment when he and Sylvie were in the automat while the others were doing their own thing. And he's talking to these others to try to talk them into rethinking the plan that OB had just talked them through. Like Loki is admitting that he doesn't know why the plan failed, but he's saying, just give me all the info and we're gonna try this again and again until it works. Kind of like Bill Murray in Groundhog Day or Doctor Strange in that episode of What If. They're just gonna try this again and again and then fail again and again. That actually might be why the mid-season trailer also has a new angle tale of Victor spaghettifying, but from behind this time. But part of Loki's time-slipping journey will be apparently a kind of recruiting mission to locate variants of all of his friends before those timelines spaghettify. Like, we will see Loki in the halls of the TVA before it spaghettifies. We see that in trailer footage, starting with a chronomonitor bay, and then there's a close-up of a screen as Miss Minute says, "Thank you for your service," also spaghettifying. Now, I don't know if this is connected, but it looks like Loki will push through the doors of Renslayer's office. In fact, he could be going back to right before the moment when she steps through the time door in the season 1 finale looking for free will, so this would prevent her teaming up with Miss Minutes in 1868 Chicago to give young Victor Timely that handbook. But we will see Sylvie in a record store of some kind, as her room, a spinning record, and her TV set all spaghettified. Actually, the very first promo we got for season 2 was back in a Hulu promo last December that showed Sylvie listening to music with that monkey toy behind her. This toy might be important because we do see this toy in the closing credits imagery of every episode of season 2. Loki will meet up with Sylvie in a bar with a pool table and a jukebox where they have this exchange.
What is it that you really want?
I want to save my friends.
Loki will also time slip back to Mobius's origin as a jet ski salesman of a Piranha Power Sports. Other promo trailers show Owen Wilson in a photo shoot wearing a teal Piranha Power Sports vest, meaning that he works as a salesman at this location, and in this photo shoot he is riding a jet ski. We actually see a wide frame and a rectangle and a very brief shot in another part of the trailer. Actually, the mid-season trailer includes this moment in which Loki tells jet ski salesman Mobius,
The TVA is gone.
I think you mean ATV, and no, we got in 2 of them last week.
so you know what? Bad habits have a bad habit of sticking around. Fighting them is hard, but transforming something like doom scrolling from a bad habit. The trailer confirms this is Mobius's home neighborhood. We see his house where he's dragging in the cans for the garbage and the recycling. Actually, based on those small bikes, the basketball hoop, Mobius has kids. And apparently one of them snuck out the night before. There is a rope made from bed sheets hanging from the upstairs window. But perhaps the most important origin will be that of Ouroboros. Here's where things get interesting, because we see OB in normal clothes, suggesting that he was at one point taken from regular old Sacred Timeline history, or some timelines history. This location actually kind of looks like a university library. We see equations on a chalkboard, reminding us of the equations on the chalkboard in He Remains Citadel office. We also see all these node-based models. Like, I wonder if OB's background was in academia, but also this could be the true origin of the TVA, because look closely at these tall shelves of books in this location. Although the lighting is different, these walls are the same curved slopes and high ceiling as the TVA RNA department room. It is either the same set that the production just repurposed for a different set, or literally within the show it is the same location, and this is where it all began with OB. We are seeing the bedrock of the TVA. But another trailer shot shows the same location, and apparently before too long this room will also spaghettify and Loki will time slip out of it. This mid-season trailer shows us various new angles of this location, with Loki at one point flanked by B-15 and Sylvie, but then at the end of the trailer you can see Loki in the middle seated, and then OB, Casey, B-15, and Mobius, and none of them are in their TVA uniforms, but rather what they were wearing when Loki recruited them. Like, you can see Casey there wearing what looks like a prisoner jumpsuit. And I have to point out, this room, while destined to become the RNA department, I believe, with those two fans on the back wall, also resembles He Remains Citadel office with those two smaller spiral windows. Head writer Eric Martin teased a secret rule that he applied to all of these episodes that he couldn't say yet in that interview because it would spoil these next episodes. But I think that rule is time is a flat circle, and everything we have been seeing is tied together in a self-justified knot. So OB is looking more and more like the original He Remains, and the Citadel, I think, was based on his original office. It just seems like the Kang variant He Remains took it over and made everything his own. We're also going to see B-15's origin, where she is apparently a physician of some kind. We see her in a white lab coat as a chaotic time door glitches around behind her as if the TVA it's coming from is melting down. Behind the scenes footage shows all of these characters with B-15 in her hospital scrubs in that same early RNA department room with one of OB's models on the coffee table there. But here the lighting makes it look more like the RNA department era. Now, the final sprint of Loki season 2 will also be an emotional gut punch that circles back to season 1 moments. For example, we will see Loki back in Time Theater number 2, back in the prisoner jumpsuit, the collar back around his neck, apparently revisiting Mobius's initial interrogation from that first episode of the series. In these shots, Loki shakes Mobius's hand, which didn't happen before, and he asks,
How do you choose who lives and who dies?
But then we see someone or something, maybe Mobius, spaghettifying in front of Loki as he cries. We're also pretty sure that Loki will revisit the Citadel, but not the ruins of the Citadel that we saw in season 2 episodes 3 and 4, but the Citadel before Sylvie stabbed He Who Remains in season 1. Behind the scenes shots show Tom Hiddleston in this location, specifically in production for season 2, not old season 1 behind the scenes footage. In all of these shots, the Citadel is still intact and a fire roars in the hearth, which it did not before. So apparently Loki is gonna time slip back to that critical moment, maybe to stop Sylvie from ever stabbing He Who Remains to begin with. Like, is Loki gonna have to stab Sylvie in the back, confirming her mistrust and her pessimistic interpretation of that love is a dagger quote, confirming it all to be true? Now, a few more unseen trailer shots that are left over. We are gonna see Renslayer in the void facing Eliath. This is gonna pick up with Renslayer after Brad, who was enchanted by Sylvie, pruned her in episode 4. We'll also see Casey in some dark industrial basement leading to other figures. Actually, the new mid-season trailer shows us an exterior shot of this location, and it looks like a prison, a windowless concrete box with tunnels and a guard tower with a searchlight. You can actually see Casey emerging from that hatch atop the box. Could Casey have come from a dystopian Days of Future Past future that maybe was dominated by one of the worst Kangs? His escaping might have been what the TVA called his Nexus moment that justified him being taken as a variant. And we keep seeing this one quick odd shot of Loki or Tom Hiddleston just smiling at the camera. I'm not really sure what the context is for that one. Okay, that covers everything left over that in some combination will be episodes 5 and 6. I can't wait to see how this all fits together in this final stretch. And again, I love this OB inspired shirt, so please support us by grabbing one at nerdriot.shop, and please subscribe to all 3
I hope that freaking Loki ends off good, man. Because on some real life shit though, I feel like Loki is one of the best Marvel shows that, you know, released and shit, bro. All the other ones, Moon Knight was okay. Moon Knight's the second one. But all the other ones, bro, like, what the fuck, man? Anyways, man, if you guys like my reaction to this, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out, motherfuckers. Oh, shit. Ooh.